Everyone stay back! Don't touch the tape! Is it okay? Did someone get hurt? Hurting myself? Why hold a gun?
The battle for this generation is no longer hidden. Darkness wants their minds. There whispers confusion into their ears. It tells them they have no purpose, no value. But heaven has not abandoned this generation. Even now, God is still calling watchmen to the walls. He is still raising intercessors in secret places. Men and women who refuse to stay silent while a generation is being pulled into darkness. People who will pray when others give up. People who will stand in the gap when families are breaking. People who war in the spirit, sons and daughters they may never even meet. Because this generation does not belong to fear. It does not belong to addiction. It does not belong to violence, confusion, or despair. This generation belongs to God. And while darkness is fighting for their souls, heaven is still fighting for their freedom. Some parents can feel it. Something is fighting for our children, a pressure we can't always explain, a heaviness that shows up in their generation, the anxiety, the anger, the confusion, the silence behind their smiles. Some nights, parents lie awake over children who seem distant, they don't even fully understand, crying over battles made, watching the world pull at their sons and daughters.
Some parents can feel it. Something is fighting for our children, a pressure we can't always explain, a heaviness that shows up in their generation, the anxiety, the anger, the confusion, the silence behind their smiles. Some nights, parents lie awake, praying over children who seem distant, crying over battles they don't even fully understand, watching the world pull at their sons and daughters from every direction, because this fight is deeper than what we see on the surface. There is a war for their attention, a war for their purity, a war for their identity, a war for their destiny. The enemy wants them distracted before they discover their purpose, bound before they discover their authority, broken before they realize who God created them to be. But there are still praying mothers, still praying fathers, still grandparents crying out in secret, still intercessors standing in the gap saying, "The enemy will not have my child. Darkness will not claim this generation. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." But there is still a remnant praying, still a people carrying oil, still a church refusing to surrender this generation. While the world grows darker, their fire still burns. They may not always be seen by crowds, but heaven knows their names. The ones praying through the night, the ones fasting in secret, the ones crying at altars for sons and daughters to come home. When others become silent, they still lift their voices. When culture says, "Just accept the darkness," they stand firm in truth. When many grow weary, they continue watching, believing, and interceding, because they understand something powerful. Revival has always been born through prayer. This remnant is not perfect, but they are surrendered, not famous, but faithful, not driven by applause, but by burden. They carry oil when others let their lamps go out. They protect the flame when compromise tries to extinguish it. And even now, they are declaring in the Spirit, this generation will not be abandoned. Prodigals will return home. Chains will be broken. Eyes will open, and the fire of God will fall again. Because as long as there is a praying remnant, there is still hope for this generation.
Darkness may fight, but it will not win. Because God still answers prayer.
Darkness will not have our children. We shall overcome. Darkness will not have our children. We shall overcome.
We shall overcome.
They said this generation was too far gone, too wounded, too distracted, too broken. But heaven still sees purpose. Heaven still hears prayers whispered at midnight. And though darkness fights for our children, we will not surrender them, because greater is He that is in us than he that is in the world. I see mothers crying in the midnight hour, fathers praying softly for their sons and daughters. Fear tried to enter every room and hallway, but heaven kept watch through every darkened moment. Though the battle rises like a raging ocean, though confusion covers hearts like heavy shadows, still your spirit calls this generation higher. Still your mercy reaches through the deepest valleys. We shall overcome by the blood and by the promise. We shall overcome. Darkness will not steal our future. Every prayer and every tear is rising up before the throne, and in the name of Jesus Christ, we shall overcome. I hear worship rising from the weary remnant, oil still burning in the hearts that kept believing. Though the enemy came flooding like a river, God is raising up a standard in this hour. Chains are breaking off the minds of sons and daughters. Hope is breathing where depression once had spoken, and the light of heaven's glory now is shining on a generation chosen for revival. We shall overcome by the blood and by the promise. We shall overcome. Darkness will not steal our future. Every prayer and every tear is rising up before the throne, and in the name of Jesus Christ, we shall overcome.